Hello, my good people, and welcome back to the Blackout Show. This is SG, Spiritual Goddess. Let's have a conversation. We're ending this year off. This going into a new year in America. There are plenty of places around America. New Year is not. They've either just had a New Year, comes up around the summertime, so on and so forth. We're going into a new year in America. And I want you guys to ask yourself, there's this major need to fit in and do what everybody else does. And it seems as though, no matter if something is good for you or if it's not good for you, just because everyone else is doing it, you're doing it, right? Now, if you have children, that's the main thing that you teach your children to do. And then you get upset when they go and they do what you're teaching them to not do, right? Why are we celebrating holidays? Why are we celebrating holidays? Why are we spending our money on holidays? Okay. Now, yes, I am a follower of Ifa. I am pagan, right? But, everybody has a different point of view. But, I was Christian, devoted Christian, for a very long time. And Baptist, so on and so forth, grew up in the church. And then, I had questions that when I found the answers to, I stepped more into my spiritual divinity than not, right? So if we are going through inflation where eggs are $8 and $9, right? But then you go and you buy these gifts because it's on a sale. How can something be a sale when you weren't buying it anyways? So something that was $3.99, it's on sale for $1.99. But if you don't buy it at all, you still got your $3.99 and your $1.99. You know what I'm saying? We are still teaching our children to abide by a curse. We're still under the spell. We're still not breaking this, right? So when we started to wake up, and then they started the whole, woke theory, our oppressors took that word woke and dismantled it by making you seem like an extremist or something crazy. There's no such thing as Santa Claus. Why are we still going on an illusion, right? Why are we still teaching our children these illusions? You should be getting your children things through the whole year, not just on one day, right? And you're still you're still poor and you're making them richer, right? By participating in these things. Now, when we break this thing down, when we break this situation all the way down, let me get into it early before y'all click off. White people were created. The first white person was created by a black woman. And it was a group of people that moved, further and further away from the sun, right? And then there were albinos, and then there were white people that were created. So, this is how white people, it's a genetic issue, right? And so then when they procreated, their DNA and the things that, their features were, passed down and so on and so forth. So as it's known, and you do your research, the melanated gods and goddesses were the first ones here on earth. So how can you tell me that Jesus is your God? He's not black. He's not black. He's not what y'all consider black. Black isn't a race, but he's not black. There's no pictures that you're going to see him being, a melanated individual. And let's be perfectly clear. Let's be perfectly clear here. When they consider and they use the word black, and then they try to tie everyone with the words black and this, that, and other, the people that were here were deeply melanated. right? They deeply melanated. There were people that were here that were mixed with other things, and they related to, to us, but the deeper melanated people. And it seems like the people that they want to give credit to and the people that they want to list up under, the word black, they're very high in pigment. You know what I'm saying? Like they're very high yellow and things like that. Like you got to really know your culture. And then until you go and do the research and figure out what it is that you're paying attention to, you're not gonna get it, and you're gonna continue to be in the cycle. So is Jesus real? Yes, he is real, but he's not your savior. He's not your God. He's not, go back and do your deep research, right? And tell me in the comments, what's the name of the first slave ship? Go tell me what's the name of the first slave ship. Like, and when you get it right, I'm gonna let you know when you got it right. Okay. So, in the name of the first slave ship was named after somebody that wasn't black, right? So, Jesus is real, but he's not our savior. He's not who you think that he is. So when you are in church and you saying amen and you doing all of these things, how can the oppressor and the victims serve the same God? It's other energies towards that. You're not being properly aligned, especially our people, with whom our God is, whom the person is that is guiding us, and whoever it may be, whoever you want to believe in, you just got to get in tune and just start with your ancestors, man. Start with your egungun. Start with honoring your ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell me that you can't honor an ancestor, but you celebrate Christmas, and the tradition of Christmas is to leave cookies and milk out for Santa Claus, which is a white fake person, which is the spirit of Santa Claus, basically what we're saying here. But you telling me that you know your egungun, you know your ancestors, some of them at least, that lived on this earth with you, that you love dearly, and you can't leave them out some food. You don't think that your ancestors that have crossed over have more interest in making sure that your life is right versus some old white spirit in which they are trying to make you believe? You don't stop and think about the things that is happening in this world and say, well, if they're not getting better and they're getting worse, then maybe I need to change something. Yeah, stop spending money on these holidays, man. The only way that you're going to get change is if you move towards change. It ain't going to hurt you to not celebrate Easter, Valentine's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving. None of this got nothing to do with us. And if they don't have anything to do with us, then why are we still following the trend just because everybody else is doing it? Like when you come and tell me, y'all have these conversations with me on my other pages, and you saying the name, you say Ashe, and you saying all of these things, but yet then I turn around and I see y'all Merry Christmas and this is that and other. It don't add up. Either you're gonna be all the way in or you're gonna be all the way out, right? You can't straddle the fence of your greatness. This is your destiny that you are in control of. Either you're going to figure it out or you're not. And if you haven't figured it out, then you got to do the research to figure it out. I'm not here to give y'all all the answers. I'm not, because ain't nobody gave me all the answers. You know what I'm saying? I knew something went right. I had to go do my research. So if you telling me that, you go to church and you pray and your prayers are answered, right? Because I know all the Christians that I be seeing, they messy, miserable, and they got some other stuff going on the back end. Them the ones that I be seeing, the ones they put on the news and the ones you see and hear about in church, that's always in somebody else's business. That's what I see. But you're telling me that I'm spiritual and I can go and I can pray and I can manifest the things that I want and they come to me. And I'm not even in that type of energy because I'm in high vibrational energy. I don't want to talk about nobody else's business because I'm too focused on my business. So you mean to tell me that the energy that I get, and I'm praying to somebody completely different than who y'all praying to, and I'm getting the same results in some cases, better results in some cases, you know what I'm saying? But most importantly, I am getting results. Then what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? How can you serve the same God as your oppressor? you know. So if your oppressor, honors Jesus, and look how your oppressor is way up, the majority, the majority of a nation, but yet your ancestors, your egungun, y'all slaves, because the U.S. is a plantation, currently still is. Y'all are slaves. Y'all ain't nowhere near where they at, but y'all still praying to the same God. At what point do you stop and be like, maybe something got to change? Maybe something got to change. I think y'all are still in the same energy. You going to work on this dead-end job that you really don't like, that you not moving up, that you getting the same money, that you got to work 2 more jobs on top of this job to make it happen, but you still going to that job. We got to get out of a place of complacency. We got to get out of a place of being comfortable. And we got to step into our own ashe. We got to step into our power and our control and change things in our life, because ain't nobody going to change nothing for you, because don't nobody owe you nothing. Ain't nobody going to change nothing, man. You got to figure this out. And if you don't figure it out, you're going to just still be lost and stuck in the system. You're going to be worried about it. Yeah, you're going to be glued to the news. Why are you watching the news? The news is it's supposed to tell you what's happening, but it's also there to brainwash you and keep you in fear, to keep you controlled. When I know when a storm or something like that coming through it, when it hit. And if it's something very important, I've been and got it before then. Somebody said, we about to get a cold front, or we going to get snow or whatever. Then I know it then. Like, we are continuously poisoning ourselves and not doing anything about getting around the fact of what's happening. And there's nothing we can do about it. Yes, it is something you can do about it. You can change up your vibration. You can change up your flow. That man, when the police officer did away with the man, George, everybody came together and they caused conflict for days. And then therefore they got results from that. And I'm not telling you to go anywhere and cause conflict, but what I am telling you is to be mindful. Stop following trends just because everybody else doing it, and do what feels right to you. I don't care who you believe in. I have my family. I got family, Islam, Sabbath, Christian. I have it all. I seen it all. I love them all in the same way. But this is the same conversation that I have with them that I would have with you. Use your common sense. And I do know that common sense is not common. But even if, let's just look at the money situation. We can all use some extra money right now. Everybody is being riddled with inflation. And yet we still out here buying stuff that we don't need to buy. We still out here, I got my own. We still not coming together, trying to help people, let our people come stay with us, do any of those things. We still trying to live this life, and that makes you work harder to try to maintain a life that just don't even make sense to be attainable anymore. What are people at? Why y'all don't have 5 acres and 4 houses on this 5 acres and y'all coming together to save money? Nobody's trying to save money. Everybody's still trying to make everybody else rich but themselves, to feel a sense of security, which is a false sense of security. Because what the hell are you secure for? Because you got all of these bills on your plate. Because you going to make somebody else rich and you can't get what you want. Why are you not manifesting the reality that you want? I'm just saying, tap into your spiritual self. I'm not telling you to come to Ifa. I'm not telling you to go to Islam. I'm not telling you to go to Christianity. I'm not telling you to go anywhere. But what I am telling you to do is look within yourself and tap into your spiritual self. Tap into and align with the God that you are. Align with your Ori. Start getting into your Reiki healing massages. Start getting your Ori appeased. Start cleansing your space. Start putting down your ash and your salts. Start doing the things that need to be done. If you know me from my other pages, I got a playlist that talks about work. I'm going to be working more on those playlists as well. Start doing what you need to do for you in order to be a better version of yourself. In order for you to be the manifesting God that you are, you got to be in tune with the God that you are. Some people, I'm not a God. It's only one God. No, it's not only one God. You are a God. You're a walking God. And now, because they have to just give more and more information, they're starting to tell you who you are. You know, they're crazy. It's crazy because you've always been told you were less than for your whole life, and not knowing that you have the power to make things happen. You have the power to use your brain, right? You've been taught to not use your brain. That's why common sense ain't common. You can go out and you can soak up the sun like no other. You can go out and bask in the moon like no other. Like, you gotta know your power and your ashe. Just revisit what you're doing, man. Just listen to your intuition, man. Pray more. You know, pray more. Talk to your egungun. Your egungun is your ancestors. Call on your egungun. Put a makeshift altar up. You know what I'm saying? Like call on your egungun. They will guide you to where you need to be. And a lot of our egungun, they had to, especially the ones way back, they had to put Christianity in the forefront because African spirituality had to be hidden because you would be killed if you practiced that. It ain't because why did they? Because they couldn't anywhere. They couldn't. Everything in that Bible they took from African spirituality. So tap into yourself. Even though your egungun was out in the front and they practiced these things in the front of you when they were here, when they went back, they aligned themselves. Because moral of the story is doing right by others. All that gossiping, all that extra, none of that, man. And so in order for us to be conscious, be aligned with our conscious selves, we got to get ourselves right. We got to look within ourselves, man. All of this, why you talking about somebody else's business, man? What's happening with your business? Why you not manifesting what you want? Why you not aligned with what it is that you need? Why you not being a helpmate to others? Why you worried about love? Why you in a relationship and helping this person you in a relationship more than you helping your family and your family been there for you? Why you cutting off the people that really love you because you didn't found love because you're feeling unloved because you ain't did the shadow work to get yourself right? I'm just saying, man, it goes real deep. This is why I created the channel. It goes real deep. We got to stop spending money because we need our money. It's saving time. We need dual citizenships, passports, dual citizenships, offshore bank accounts. It's plenty of things that we can be doing. And that's just to name a few. But your mind ain't there because you're too busy in these people's stores making them richer while you are making yourself poorer. We got to get on point. Ashe?